All right, everybody. Who's ready, Brandon? Say hi, B-dubs.
Hello, hello.
All right. All right, first thing, we're going to go through this key. Hopefully this helps some people out. Right here we have a double distribute. So I don't like that. I want to get a little bit better pen going there. There we go. We have a double distribute here, so -3 times a -10x is a positive 30x. You guys should be just checking your answers as I go through this, okay? All right, I know it's really funny. He's got a headset on. But let's check your answers. Make sure you know what you're doing here. So negative times negative is positive 30x there. Then you got to distribute the -3 to the 10. That's going to be a -30 plus 10. Now we just combine any like terms you can. So are there any like terms I can combine? The two constants, a -30 and a 10. So the final answer on this one should have been 30x minus 20. Okay. The next one, this one tends to confuse people because we have a -9 that's being distributed. Did you do that on purpose? You're a beauty. So we have a -9 distribute. That's going to be a 7p minus, what's 9 times 1?
9.
Good. 9. So that's a -9. And then a -9 times a -10 is a positive 90p. Okay, any like terms to combine? Both p terms. We have a 97p minus 9. Okay. Alright. I gotta move this a little bit. Okay. What happened to my screen recorder now? What the hell? I'm telling you, the new Macintoshes are driving me nuts. Yeah, that's all right. I'm not going to. This is the, yep. Sometimes Mr. Bolio says HE double hockey sticks when he has to deal with these beloved new laptops that have screwed up so many things in my profession this year. Now I'm on recording saying it. Next one is a little bit more challenging. We have a -10 that distributes to both things. So we got two distributes here. So -10m plus 80 minus, now we got to distribute a -2m. Devontae, quiet please. Plus 12m. Okay, any like terms to combine here? Well, m squared, is there another m squared term? No, and I want to write that first. -14m squared. What about these m terms? Can I combine those? Yep, they both have the same variable. So -10 plus 12 is a positive 2m, and then the 80 is all by itself plus a 80. Okay, get that one right. Next one's another double distribute. So we have a 4n minus 28 plus another distribute. We have a 5 times a 6n is a 30n plus 35. Combine your like terms. We have 4n and 30n makes 34n. You want to put your variable term first. That's customary. Minus 28 plus 35 is a plus 7. All right. All right, these next ones we have, we have some foiling going on. So I'm going to see if I can get more of these up here. Let's try to do that or something. There's another one. What does that one do? Perfect. Here, now I'll do 4 at a time. These next 4, we foil these out. Connor, can you stop? What's that? I think it is still recording, isn't it? Oh, maybe it's on the other side. He has to plug into this cord. See how much educational time we're wasting if any administrators are watching this? So now we have to foil right? So we're going to FOIL, and you know, I don't really like the term FOIL, but it's common, so I like double distribute. So we're going to distribute that one times those two, and then we're going to distribute the negative 1 times those two. What are we going to get? So a negative m times a negative m is a m squared. Negative m times 3 is negative 3m. Negative 1 times negative m is a 1m. Negative 3 times a 3 is a negative 3. Okay. I saw a few students leave their answer like this, but you're supposed to combine like terms, just like we did in that previous one. So your final answer here is m squared minus 2m minus 3. Okay. All right, next one. Same thing, double distribute. You're going to have 4 products. It's going to be a negative x squared this time, plus 1x minus, well, it's actually a plus 3x minus 3. Combine the two like terms in the middle. You have negative x squared plus 4x minus 3. Okay, down here, same deal. X squared plus 2x plus 1x plus 2. Combine the like terms, you have x squared plus 3x plus 2. Over here we have 2x squared minus 2x plus 6x minus 6. By the way, I'll finish this up so you can see it if you need it later. 2x squared plus 4x minus 6. You can save them for now. All right, the last 4. Sorry, this is during work time for my next class. How you guys doing out there? Good. Yep. All right. Yes, from last hour. So these next 4 we got to factor out a common term. So this one, number 9, you got to factor out a 3. Okay, what you have left in the parentheses is a 2m plus 1. Right, class? That's like undistribute. The next one, we have a common factor of 2, greatest common factor. So you take a 2 out of each term. You're left with a p squared plus 2. How do you check it? How would you check it? Just distribute. 3 times 2m is 6m. 3 times 1 is 3. You're adding them. Is that what we started with? Yep, yep. Okay. The bottom ones now we have factor out a common factor. Same thing, but this one has an n. So we can take an n and a 3 out. And what we're left with is n plus 1. Okay, last one. We can take, this is a little trickier, a 4 out, I believe, a 4 and an m out. So that's the greatest common factor is a 4m. So you take a 4m out of there, you take a 4m out of there. So what's left is 4m times 3m. Sorry, can you guys just be quiet until I'm done? I'm almost done, thanks. Whisper. So take a 4m out of there, you have a 3m left. Plus, and then over here, if I took a 4m out, I'd have a 5 left. So 4m times 5, what's left is 5. Ta-da! All right, in these last 6 questions, we are unfoiling, so we're going to factor these trinomials. Okay, so we're trying to go backwards now, so we put our parentheses out there. And these 2 terms right there come from this first term. They're factors of that first term. In this case here, that would be an x times an x, and I think that's true for almost all of these ones, except for 16 is an n. Okay, and then the last terms here, they come from factors of 28. Okay, what I've been telling you guys to do with the signs is to, whatever this sign is here, copy that down there. So that's going to be a plus. All right, and then if the other constant term sign is a positive, then both of these signs are the same, so it's going to be a plus plus. Now we're looking for factors of 28 that are going to have a sum or add up to 11. So we have 28 and 1, 14 and 2, 7 and 4. Oh, we found it, 7 and 4. That's a 7, that's a 4. And you can check it by doing your outsides and your insides. My outside product is 4x. My inside product is 7x. And if I add those, I get my middle term 11x. Okay, so I'll quickly go through the answers to the rest of these. It's an x and an x. Copy this sign down there. Last term is positive, so they're both the same. Minus, minus. 2 factors of 24 that add up to 10. 6 and 4. Bigger one there, smaller one there. We always put the bigger one here in case the signs are different. Then it'll always work out. Down here, same thing. This one's going to be an x and an x again. This term is a minus, so I just copy that one down there. This time this is a negative, so the signs are going to be different. So that one's a plus now. And so now I'm looking for factors of 12 that have a difference of 4. And it looks like I found them right here, 6 and 2. I always put the bigger one first because that's going to go with the sign that we pulled down that we want. So I always put the bigger one right there. Okay, this one's a weird one. Threw a curveball in at you. This one you factor out an n from each term, just like we did in the questions like, I don't know, 9 through 12 or whatever. So put a 9, factor out a 9 there. I'm left with an n minus, or not a 9, an n. Factor out an n and you're left with n times n minus 9. A little bit of a tricky one there. All right, last 2 questions. We have same thing going on. We're unfoiling. Factor that into a n plus something minus something. Remember plus because this sign is pulled down and goes there. And this is a minus right here because that is a minus, so they're different. So now I'm looking for 2 factors of 28 that are going to have a difference of 3. 14 and 2, 7 and 4. Ta-da! 7 and 4. X plus 7, the bigger one goes there. Smaller one goes there. Okay. You can check it by doing your outsides and your insides. Outsides negative 4n. Insides are 7n. Add a 7 plus a 4n and you get a 3n. One more question. This one's a difference of squares. It's kind of a special one. We did this one last. So in this one, the middle term always adds up to what? What does it always add up to, Ryan?
Yes.
This adds up to 0. Okay. So in this case, you're going to have a p and a p again. A p and a p. And one of them is going to be a plus. One of them is going to be a minus. And so this is a perfect square, right? Square root p and p. And 100 is a perfect square, square root 10 and 10. Ta-da! If you check your outsides and your insides here, you're going to get a negative 10p, and you're going to get a positive 10p. And when you add those together, you get a 0, which is why we don't have a p term. Okay, so for the 1 or 2 people that might watch this, way to go. I hope it helped.